Good morning. And thanks for joining the small training that we're doing on an introduction we're doing to Neets. How many of you speak English or understand English?
Yes, we all understand.
Perfect. Okay. Otherwise, Dimitri will translate if there's anything. So, what we'll be doing today is we'll go through a few things about the Neets, and we will we'll get a closer look at the different products and how they fit each other. We'll be going into our software. Are you still there?
Yeah.
I just lost the video.
Yeah, of course.
And that will be my part. I'll show you around in the different areas of our software, and then my colleague Sten will be joining us, and he'll make the technical run through software, and if you have any questions. So we will keep it on an introduction level today, so you get an overview of Neets, and then after summer vacations, we'll be doing a more in-depth training to understand the technical aspects even more.
Michael, give me 1 minute, please. Коллеги, если у вас есть какие-то проблемы с тем, что Майкл говорит, я вам могу, в принципе, сразу переводить. Хорошо. Michael. Oh, okay.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Can you turn on your video again?
You didn't see our video?
Not anymore.
Just a minute.
Just so I can see if you fall asleep.
And what did you see?
I can only see myself.
Could you please turn on the dual stream, second stream, I mean.
There you go. Thank you. So you're still awake. Thank you.
Now if everything is okay, you will see us.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. So, a few things, just a short introduction on, and now I'll ask you again. Are you still there?
Yeah.
I just lost the video again. But I can tell you a few things about me. My name is Michael. I'm the co-owner and head of sales and marketing at Neets. Neets is a Danish company that has actually been on the market since 1999. So we're not a newcomer to the business. We've been extremely proactive in Scandinavia and parts of Western Europe the last 5-6 years. The last 2 years we've been expanding our distribution into the rest of the world, and that's one of the reasons why we're working with EMAG Group. We work with really highly technical skilled distributors that can give very, very good support and that understand the world of control systems, and not only a distributor that can sell products. I'll just do like this. So, like I said, it's for at least for a Scandinavian company, it's a typical story about one guy that had a very good idea, and Chua, who was the managing director, actually started the company in his parents' basement and did the first print layouts in the kitchen sink, like it says. One of the focus areas that Neets has always had is that we focus on business and education market only. We don't have many solutions for many different markets. We focus our software, our installation, energy support on very specific meeting and conference rooms. Because that's where we can make a difference. So like I said, a lot of stuff has happened since the first product in '99. Today everything is set for using with tablets as well, both iOS and Android. So you actually have the whole range from very simple control systems to very advanced control systems, and a lot of products around them as well. Today we have more than 50,000 control systems around the world, and like I said, it's all installed in class and meeting rooms, and that means that we have a lot of experience in supporting, but also in delivering the right systems for the right rooms. As a company, we're, like I said, based in Denmark and market leader in Scandinavia, but we're active all around the world today. And have dedicated distributors, just like in Russia, working hard every day to give some very nice solutions. So, what makes a difference from AMX, Crestron, all the Extron, all the different competitors? What makes Neets different is that we focus on the whole chain of control systems. They have to be easy to install for the technician, our control systems. They have to be really easy to program, really easy to use, and really nice to look at. And the way we've done it is that we've done everything just a little bit smarter than what we normally do. So programming, for instance, is made a lot more simple, but you can do many of the same things that you can do in large systems. And of course, our products are made in Denmark, and that makes it a quality stamp for us, at least. When it comes to service and support, then the difference between us and our competitors, I think, is that we really care about it. It's a core thing for us that our systems are supported really well. Whether it's Russia, whether it's China, Brazil, US, or Denmark. To give you an example, then, our distributors like EMAG, when they have a problem technically, they will write or call our support. And the guys that are doing the support for our products are the same guys that have developed the products. So they talk to our R&D department directly. Now, I don't know if any of you have dealt with our large American competitors, but I can guarantee you that you don't talk to the programmers, the guys that actually did the products. But we can do that, and that means that input from the Russian market through EMAG will go directly into our R&D department. And it makes us react faster to customer demands. Any questions so far?
No, I think
Not now.
Okay. So looking at where we focus, I'll run through this quickly because it's maybe not so interesting for you, but I'll just show you where we focus our efforts. So that's primarily within education and the corporate sector, in class and meeting rooms, conference rooms, global classrooms, as it's called today, used in universities, video conference in business segments, and of course auditoriums and conference systems. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't provide solutions for other markets as well. But education and corporate is how we have developed the software towards. We can still use our control systems for many other things, but when we design user interfaces, we design them for education and corporate users. On top of everything, then I'll just show you a few of these are installations that are done within the last few months. And it shows actually quite well that the difference is really big in how systems are used. So you have So you have on one side you have a PC that's running the user interface on the screen. It's actually an alpha that's running that room. On the right side you will find an Easy Connect that's running the whole room with an echo in Spain. In here you will find, this is actually a hospital, that's a hospital conference room that's also running an alpha. And the user interface has been designed, let's see if I can quote here. The user interface has been designed specifically for that room and that application. You'll see the same thing on the right side. That's a video conference, that's a Sierra running a video conference room with 2 screens in a small business. Here you have also an alpha that's running one room and an alpha running a video conference room in Dubai. Also in the Middle East, this is actually Quebec running these 2. So we can see the 2 screens. And the only thing that happens is that whenever somebody plugs in, the signal will be detected and the screens will turn on. So there's no interaction with the user, it just works automatically. I'll get back to the Sierra. So the core of our business are these 7 control systems. From Quebec, which has no buttons, which is an automatic and invisible projection control, to Bravo, Oscar, Echo, Sierra, Zulu, Alpha, with Alpha being the most advanced control system so far. And as you can see from the Bravo, it's 4 buttons, and then you add more functionality, you add more buttons. With the Sierra you have buttons, but you also have the possibility to use it with tablets. So you can have both the keypad on the wall, but also the touch control with iOS or Android device. This is, when talking market segments, then this is how you typically see it in the education sector. You will see, in classrooms, you will see Quebec, Bravo, Oscar, Echo, conference rooms and meeting rooms in Echo Sierra, and then Sierra Zulu Alpha in auditoriums for education. And exactly the same goes to corporate. It's the same design all the way up. Any questions so far?
No.
Did you fall asleep?
No, we are waiting.
Well, I can't see you, so I don't know.
Michael, if you want to see us, you have to turn off your second stream, I mean your presentation. Because there's something wrong with our interoperability, with our codecs.
Okay, that's fine, we'll continue like this. Sorry for my, I have a cold, so it's a little bit unclear when I talk. So, like I showed you, when it comes to products, 7 control systems are the core of our product line. And obviously on top there are relays, there are amplifiers, input panels, a lot of different surrounding products, but these are make the core of our business. And I'll I'll run through them one at a time and then just ask if there are any questions. You say in general all our products come in two sizes. One is the EU size, which is the one that you're using in Russia as well for the most. And then a DK size, that is a Danish standard. So all of the keypads come in both versions. The Quebec, now the Quebec is, like I said, a projector control system. And the whole idea with the Quebec is that you can add it to any room that has a projector and a screen or whatever you would like to control. The Quebec detects signals from VGA or HDMI, so it's typically placed on top of the projector, and the VGA and HDMI are hooked up and then down to the input panels in the wall. When the user or teacher or presenter comes, you plug in the cable and the control system will automatically detect the signal and everything will start up. So the user, so the teacher, only has to plug in the cable in the wall and that's it, everything works. And of course you can use, you can add functionality on the I/O ports. You can add a room detection, so a motion detector. You can add a screen control. You can even add a off and on button if you want that as well. And this can be used typically in new systems, so new rooms that are being built. But it's really easy to install. So you can actually go out and sell it to existing rooms. So rooms where there's already a projector, you can sell the Quebec. Technically, you can add a control port and two IOs. It will automatically prioritize the switching. So you decide when you program it how you want the Quebec to be prioritizing. So when to override. Any questions on the Quebec?
Володя, коллега, в общем, проще говоря, это подключение сигнала, подключение к устройству, он выбирает, как именно провести этот сигнал. Он программируется через USB. То есть он программируется, составляется. Удаленное управление на нем нет. Удаленное управление уже есть на всех следующих контроллерах. То есть это по факту это не.
То есть как сказали, так и делали.
Да, интеллектуальный свитчер. Да, да. То есть все, что управляется, все, что контролирует, уже следующее. Yes, Mike. Continue.
Okay. Good. So the Quebec, there's no user interaction, no buttons. It's just automatically working in the room. In some rooms you would like to add buttons because you would like the users to be able to choose between sources, for instance, or turn up and down volume. And for that we've developed the Bravo. Now the Bravo is a really simple control system and affordable as well. Has 4 control buttons, and as you can see, you can add functions to the different control buttons. You can add a source toggle, so you can have one button that does many sources. And of course, it's RS-232 controller. In all of the products, the panel buttons, you can remove once it's installed, you can remove the plastic on the front, and then with USB you can reprogram it. So once they're installed, you don't have to take them out to reconfigure them. Do you have a control system there, Dimitri?
One. Yeah, okay.
Could you just try and show the USB in the front?
Yeah. Коллеги, примерно выглядит все так. Маленькая коробочка, это из себя представляет сам контроллер. Программирование осуществляется через подключение по мини-USB, снимается шильдик бумажный. Мы сможем попробовать поконтролировать всю нашу перегрузку с помощью установки систем. И программируется все, что есть. Соответственно, основное отличие данных систем, то, что у них нет веб-интерфейса. То есть настраивается все через ПК, включается все через ПК, заливается все через ПК, потом мы это все вынимаем и контролируем. То есть здесь есть LAN, но по факту это в дальнейшем весь будет Telnet. На текущий момент это все идет в разработке до конца лета.
Telnet с каким-то клей, да?
Да. То есть сейчас на текущий момент контрольные единицы могут выдавать прямые IP-команды, но без идентификации, без какого-либо интерфейса на стороне. Также, вкратце, все, что здесь написано, то, что это одна из самых простейших систем линейки именно контроллеров Neets. 64 кнопки, можно менять цветовую индикацию. Также одна из особенностей, то, что мы можем повесить на одну кнопку последовательность команд. То есть как это выглядит. Дальше мы будем уже разбирать непосредственно ПО, где рисуются проектные вещи. И мы делаем последовательность, после нажатия на кнопку, там, не знаю, включается свет, включается монитор, спускается ВКС, определяется, какой подавать с ПК и так далее, и так далее. Все это можно спрограммировать.
Мало того, что одну кнопку можно повесить несколько раз разляров,
да.
С одного нажатия какой-то последовательности, так еще его, то есть несколько раз нажать на одну и ту же кнопку.
Да, это называется переключение. То есть, условно говоря, мы нажимаем, эта кнопка меняет функционал, мы нажимаем, эта кнопка меняет функционал и так далее. Также есть понятие мастер-кнопки, когда при нажатии на какую-то определенную кнопку весь функционал других кнопок меняется. То есть, в принципе, можно сделать даже на такую маленькую штучку, на кнопку, достаточно большой функционал, который может обеспечить потребность, например, в такой перекладке. Вот. Если из вашего опыта есть какие-то вопросы, сомнения.
Да, нет, просто нужно будет повесить большую инструкцию.
Да, просто надо.
Инструкцию
Нарисовали на
для Сьерры.
Да, нашу Сьерру.
Где у нас? Простенько так, там не заморачиваются.
Там, то есть, мы подписали каждую кнопку, но понятно, что когда обычный человек приходит, ему там TV-тип ничего не говорит абсолютно. То есть приходится объяснять, что это означает переключение, там, типов, разъемов и так далее, и так далее. Дальше мы будем разбирать веб-интерфейс, там, конечно, удобнее. То есть там можно сделать много страниц, на одной странице сделать инструкцию, подробно описать любые кнопки, регуляторы и прочее, но это мы обсудим, я думаю,
с следующим устройством.
Да. Michael, we over. Let's continue.
Okay. So just a quick look at the problem from the back. As you can see, it's really simple. It's one RS-232 and then one I/O. So from really simple rules. Now we found out that in many situations on schools, you want to be able to control or at least overview all the rooms that you have from one central position. So we want the IT department or maintenance department to be able to see all the control systems in all the rooms from one position. And for that we made the Oscar. Now Oscar looks the same from the front, but it's actually a fully networked system that makes it possible to remotely monitor the rooms via the LAN. And it all happens through our software called Central Control. That means that you can actually turn on all the rooms or turn off all the rooms with one button. So imagine you have a school with 50 classrooms. You can actually from one position press off and all rooms will be off. Because turning off projectors and so on is a big problem for many schools. It's really expensive because teachers forget to turn off projectors. So it will cost a lot of lab hours and a lot of filters as well. So as you can see on the back, there's basically a LAN slot and on top that Oscar has 2 IOs as well. So really affordable and network, and every the classroom makes it easy to go in and monitor the room from IT departments. Now from that we move to the echo, because in many rooms, especially classrooms, you would like to control more than just a projector. You would like to be able to control the screen as well, and maybe a DVD or CD player or a document camera or something like that. And so with the echo you have 8 freely configurable buttons, and the echo is the same. It's the same approach as everything else. As you can see on the back, then you have 3 I/Os and you have 2 RS-232 ports. So you can add more functionality. The control system is in the actual buttons. So there's no external device. Everything is in one unit. On top of that, you can use different languages, you can change everything in the software, but I'll show you that later. So the echo is typically where you want more devices, but still simple control from the keypad. Any questions on the echo? Moroska?
Give me 5 seconds. Значит, по факту это такая коробочка, которая представляет себе почти Sierra. Основное отличие от Sierra, то что здесь нет веб-интерфейса, то есть здесь нет подключения LAN-разъема. Отличие от Oscar основное это 8 кнопок, то есть мы можем повесить гораздо больше функционала. Также изменение лет-индикации, также возможность последовательности команд. Показывает, что все-таки еще эта модель отличается отсутствием RGB, то есть индикация будет одна. Чем хороша разная индикация, когда мы делаем, допустим, мастер кнопки, когда мы нажимаем на одну кнопку, мы можем поменять цветовую индикацию, цветовое отображение всех остальных кнопок. Будет понятно, что сейчас у нас, допустим, там красный функционал для ПК, желтый функционал для системы освещения и так далее, и так далее. Всего существует 2 цвета всех коллективных систем, это черные и белые, в зависимости от дизайна помещения можно будет подобрать. В принципе, как правило, заказчик, когда обращается, у них выполнено либо в коричнево-черных тонах, либо что-то вот, как у нас, бежевый цвет, ну, какие-то 2 определения. Плюс, как говорили раньше, у них существует 2 типа форм-факторов. Это европейский, как у нас в стене, то есть под стандартные монтажные боксы квадратные, и дикие, они более вытянутые, их можно вставлять, в принципе, по 2 розетки, вот так, в прямоугольном формате. Michael, let's continue.
Yes. So, with 8 buttons in the echo, a lot of rooms, as soon as you move into especially meeting rooms, you will have a DVD player in the room as well. Now, the problem with DVD players is that there are many, many functions. And although you can put all the functions on the echo, there are not keys enough. You would like to fast forward and backwards and menu selections and so on. So it's not, as soon as you have a DVD in the room, it doesn't make any sense to do it via the wall panel. So what we did was we have actually added network and made it possible to design your own user interface. And that's possible from the Sierra. So the Sierra is also 8 buttons. It's fully networked, it has a built-in web server, and in many ways it's the same as the Echo, but the Sierra has network and the web server, so you can control it via iOS and Android devices. And in our configuration software, you actually design the user interface yourself. So in a room you have the Sierra on the wall, but like in this case, we have a Sierra on the wall, but also a user interface on the iPad. Sierra has more ports for controlling, so you can control many other things at the same time. And 3 IOs, of course. So we normally say it's the best of both worlds, because you have the intuitive control from the buttons combined with the iPad user interface or Android user interface that you choose how to design. Moving from Sierra and up to Zulu, then there are no more touch buttons. Everything is controlled with Android or iOS. The Zulu is meant to be a control system that you put on top of the ceiling. So it's hidden away. The only thing the user will see is this. And what makes Zulu special is that it has a very high capacity when it comes to IOs. So for conference rooms or auditoriums or larger meeting rooms, you actually have not 1 or 2 or 3 but 24 IO ports. On top of that, it has 4 internal relays that are built in the system. And many control ports, of course. And it's made really easy. You can see on the product, you can see up here you can see the binders for putting in cables really neatly in the system. It has 4 test buttons down here. And test buttons means that when you're installing it you can actually, when you install it, you can actually use the test buttons to test the relays if they're working properly. Now, from the Zulu, then, we had a lot of feedback saying that, well, we don't want the ceiling installation, but we want it to be rack-based. And for the rack-based, we made the Alpha. The Alpha can do the same things as you will find on the Zulu. It has a lot of ports for IOs. It has no buttons on the front, so once it's installed, you cannot touch anything. You can just see the feedback and the status. But on the back, you will find a lot of IOs. Just do this again. So 24 IO ports. It has 5 RS-232 ports, and of course fully network, so you can use it on network as well. It has 2 of the relays that are dedicated for the screen. You can see it down here. That's a screen output, which means that you don't have to have an external relay or external power for the screen to go up and down. You can use the Alpha to do that. Any questions on Zulu or Alpha?
Michael, I have questions about Alpha. I remember that you promised to do it in the metal body. It is now.
Yeah.
Now it's in metal?
No, not yet, but it will be. Yeah. It will be.
So, 2 minutes break. I will
2 minute break.
Yes. Собственно говоря, контроллер был функциональный, как вы видите, очень много всяческих портов. Единственное, что он был сделан в таком пластмассовом привлекательном корпусе, но сейчас они его сделали в металлическом, так что он сейчас и выглядит притягательно. Ну, тут я думаю, что не имеет смысла, да, все пересказывать, так что очень много всего, и можно, в принципе, сделать там, я не знаю, офис. Как это точно можно.
Я не точно знаю.
Это контроллер просто с огромным количеством портов, то есть ставится в рэк.
А потом его выделить. 19, да?
19 дюймов.
19,
Да.
а его мышкой выделили,
Вы имеете в виду красный? Ну, это некий какой-то видеопорт. Я, честно говоря, сейчас даже не могу сказать.
Сейчас.
Красный порт, что такое?
Это выход релейного блока для 2 реле для управления Телевизор? Нет. Пойдем пуск экран.
Там как PowerPoint,
Механизирован, а?
как PowerPoint.
Да. Вот 220 вольт, 8 ампер. Это делает. Кстати, по поводу релейных блоков есть вот такого плана релейный блок, вот, который тупо по ИУ управляется. Вот. Есть вот такой, который имеет RS-232, он на 4 линии. Альфа.
Это подобное
Да, в пластиковом корпусе для монтажа стоечек.
Но не металле очень.
Ну, да, металлик это смотрится интересно. Подтягивать еще.
С другой стороны, какая разница?
Да, то есть, ну, все равно греется она папа.
Ну,
Она практически не греется, поэтому там эти исполнители не считают такое. То есть какой был видим?
Какой там нагрев вообще?
А?
Чего там нагрев?
Да ничего, я говорю, греется там слабо.
Ну, вот это не было чуть-чуть.
Здесь еще, что у них там есть еще, ну вот Сьерра, я так полагаю, это вообще звезда у них будет. Есть дополнительная клавиатура, тоже рассказываю. Ты же пропустил?
А что значит здесь?
Альфа, 10 пацанов, которые на 70.
Что означает?
Значит, альфа и зулу, я считаю, отличаются между собой, собственно, только оформлением. Зула оформлена вот в такую коробку для монтажа белого. Вот, то есть у них 24 его порта, которые, значит,
С которых
вешаются кнопки либо индикации.
имеется в виду одновременно?
Там два полнозубых RS-232 и плюс 3 только на трансмит. Порты могут быть работать как и для и разлучателя. Ну, ванпорт видите, то есть и изул и альфа тоже поверх доступны, и в них можно сделать интерфейс. Ну вот, как-то так.
Did you want to do a short break now?
No, but if you need it.
Хочется...
No. I just can't see what's happening.
No, just
I don't understand Russian yet.
show your products to our customers.
Yeah.
So let's continue, please.
Okay. So the alpha marks the top end of our line of control systems. But we of course have a lot of different other solutions, and I won't go through all of them, but I'll show you a few of them. One is the Easy Connect. Now you might know of a small product called Cable Copy from an American competitor. What we did was actually we've gone through a lot of investigations with Danish Design School to figure out how to solve problems in mini rooms. Because in mini rooms, cables are a big issue. Users are not able to find the cables, they're all over the place. And in many cases, they actually don't know how to find or use the control system either, because the control system will be on the wall, and the cable will be here, and the projector will be there. And many users don't know that the control system is connected to the projector. So we wanted to make a full solution where we solve the problems of finding the right cable, but also connecting it directly to the control system. So it's much easier when you take the HDMI cable, plug it in your laptop. It's really easy to press HDMI on the control system. And with EasyConnect, you have that solution. You have 6 different cables that you can use. You can exchange the cables if you want to. And we have 2 control systems that are integrated in this. It's either the Echo or it's the Sierra. Now, with Echo, it's a simple control system that you can use. With Sierra, you can use the touch controls, but of course also the tablet functions. Oops, sorry. Let's do like this. But of course also the tablet functions. And so you have both control possibilities in the Easy Connect. Just a few weeks ago we launched the Easy Connect Power version, and the Power version is simply a tabletop box with two power outlets and also the cables inside. Fits really nicely into tables. It comes with a cutout template. Comes with a cutout template you put on the table, and then simply install it. It's easy to understand. As you can see, the two different models, you can see them here, typically installed in a table controlling both the projector, the screen, the audio, and also the sources from different sources. Easy Connect Control, Easy Connect Power. Now, into a little bit of solution mode. Our products are, one of the things that we have done the last year is we've integrated video conferencing in our platform. We don't provide video conferencing, but in our experience, there are a lot of video conference systems in different companies and meeting rooms that are not used because they're too difficult. And I'll show you why they're too difficult. One of the reasons is that the remotes look like this. Nobody understands it. It's really, really difficult to use. And so we thought, well, why not integrate video conferencing as a natural part of a meeting room like we have here. And instead of having one control for video conferencing and one control from the room, why not have everything in one simple control? So today we actually have worked together with both Cisco, or with Tandberg back then, but with Cisco, with Lifesize, with Polycom, to integrate their codecs into our software. And the codecs make it possible to talk directly to the functions that you see. I don't know if you can see can you see my screen here?
We see only your presentation, but we didn't see you.
Okay, good. I'll change that in a while.
If you want to show us something,
I can show. No, I'll show you the software later. But basically, you can take the phone book and all the phone book possibilities from the codec and program them really easily on the iPad or Android device. So instead of having many controls in the meeting room, you have one control that's doing the lights, the speakers, amplifier, the camera, the codec, the screens. But I'll get back to it when we hit the software part. Now, for the surrounding systems, of course, we provide different kind of switching control. We have several switch boxes or relays with 2 or 4 relays highly, so not only stupid relays, but controllable, with both test buttons, really high quality, high and low voltage. The USB switches, we have 2 different versions. We have one USB switch that is simply switching between USB 1 and 2. And then we have a new one called USB 2 that has an extender built in. So it solved one of the biggest problems with USB switches, and that is cable length. You can typically only use 1.5, 2, 3 meters. With our USB switch, you can use a 20-meter cable without any problems. We have 3 different amplifiers And the amplifiers are meant to be built into trunking systems or on top of the ceiling. Amplifier 1 is 2 times 15 watt with control with RS-232, presets and so on. Amplifier 2 is 2 times 25 watts. It has 2 RS-232 ports. 232 ports. And the cool thing is that when you add one of the Neets amplifiers, you actually get an extra port. So added to an echo, you will actually get an extra port, RS-230 port. On number 3, that is has 3 stereo line inputs and is networked, and it has a LAN to RS-232 breakout, which means that if you're using it on the LAN, you get up to 5 extra ports of RS-232. So our amplifiers are a good way of adding more devices to a room. Any questions so far?
Give me 1 minute, please. Коллеги, это просто усилители, которые могут усиливать сигнал на пассивную озвучку в комнату. Соответственно, основное различие между 3 версиями – это мощность либо по 15 Вт можем усилить колонки, либо по 25. Плюс вариант управления. То есть, если там есть включение по LAN, мы можем удаленно с этого интерфейса менять громкость системы озвучки.
То есть, если есть LAN, то это уже не интернет, а...
Да. Мы через этот интерфейс можем управлять громкостью, там где-то какой-нибудь значок колонки и пальцем крутить громче тише. Опять же, это у третьей версии. Если более простые, то так управлять не будет, только через колонки. Michael, let's continue. Michael?
Сознательно выключен?
Да.
Он сознательно сломался полностью.
Конечно, еще можно окошко открыть.
Станет еще жарче.
Ну да, тут еще не кажется.
Не сделаем перерыв, мы через 20 минут. Michael?
Yes?
Let's continue.
Yeah. So for the amplifier, 3 different versions that are all really easy to install, but it gives you a lot more functionality than just a normal amplifier. Sorry. And then you'll see our different input panels and a few extensions that you have. You have a level control that will help you choose the levels. There's a keyboard lock, and there are a few other things that you will be able to use. So, we've reached the project editor. And the question is whether we should just take a 5-minute break now, Dimitri?
Yeah.
Before we jump into the software.
That's correct.
Yeah. Do we take 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Передача, конечно, пораньше сделана, да?
Could you turn on the video?
That's right.
Could you switch to the video, please?
One more. Michael, I see you.
There you go. Thank you. Good. So we'll take a 5-minute break?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Сейчас у нас перерыв, пожелание чеков и будем на улице.
Да.
Размять колени.
нас, по-моему, вот эта сторона-то теневая.
Кстати, кондиционер заработал.
Что, оставить так?
А, ну да.
Давай,
здесь.
поехали.
Ну, чуть-чуть.
Попробуй еще запустить. Так. Michael,
Yes,
we are ready. Let's start.
that sounds really nice. I'll just do like this. You see the screen?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to the Neets project editor. And the project editor is our tool for configuring our control systems and the rooms that our control systems are placed in. For us, it's the most important part of the control system because this is where there is a very big difference between Neets and Crestron AMX Extron. Because our project editor is designed to be really simple to use, but still to be able to do a lot of advanced things. Now, we actually had, a while ago we had a Crestron programmer that was looking at the project editor for a project. He said that it took what would take a day in Crestron. It took him 2 hours to do it with Neets. And the reason is that we've left out everything that doesn't matter. So we don't have a lot of different features for home use, for clubs or any other things. We only have features that you need for meeting rooms and classrooms. So I'll jump into it in just a while. But you can say Project Editor is one of 3 different softwares that we provide. There's the Project Editor, there's Device Editor, and there's Central Control. And these are the 3 softwares that we provide with our systems. And all 3 are free of charge. So there's no license, there's no extra cost. When you buy a control system, you will get this software included for free. So let's start with the project editor. Now, we'll try and do a new project. So the first thing you have to do is to start out selecting which product it is that you are trying to install and program. So we'll check the Bravo, for instance. That's quite simple to use. So what the program does is that it takes away all the functions that you don't need in a Bravo. So you only have the functions left that you can use with a Bravo and with that type of room. And as you can see, it was a select device. And out here you have all the different devices or drivers that we have for in the library. There are around 2,000 devices right now already. You can see they're divided into categories. Right now there are amplifiers and projectors and so on. You can see we have almost 1,000 projectors. And below the projectors, you have the different brands. We can say Epson, for instance. And below the brand, you have all the different models. And then you can select your model. If you already know which model it is, then just write the name up here, EP whatever, and then select the device. Now, what happens is that over here, you have the sequences that are in the driver. So you have the different functionalities from the device. Over here, you have your Bravo and the buttons on the Bravo. Now, our system is based on drag and drop. And that means that there is no, you can also code if you want to code, but typically users would like to drag and drop. So I'll simply take, for instance, the off function, and I'll drag it to this button. I will take the volume, and I'll drag the volume down here. So this will be up. And I'll drag volume number 2, that will be down. And the last thing I would like is to have my sources on the last button. So I'll drag it up here. And if you look here on the right side of the screen, there's something called toggle state. And toggle means that the same button does many different things depending on how many times you push. So I'll add a toggle state. I will put HDMI. And again, it will say when you press once and when you press twice, then you have HDMI. So now it's when you push it, the first time you push it's VGA, the next time it's HDMI, and then you could continue. And it's actually the same with power button. You can put off and on the same button. But that's it. Now the Bravo is configured to be used with the EPSON projector. And the only thing that you have to do is you have to plug the USB from the computer and into the Bravo and just say upload. And you're finished. And that's how easy it is to program a Bravo. So I normally say that if we have the device, then I can program a Bravo in less than 30 seconds. And as you can see, it is that simple. Of course, you can add more functions. You can down here, you can add a PIR sensor, so a movement sensor. Imagine that you have a movement sensor in the room, in the classroom. So when there is no movement in the room, you want the control system to shut down. You simply configure that up here. So when there's no movement registered, we would like the control system to push off after 10 minutes. So with no movement in the room, the control system will shut off after 10 minutes. You can do this the opposite as well. So when there is movement in the room, everything starts up automatically and it will push VGA in this case. You can make the system turn down automatically. You can add a keyboard lock to the system as well. But that's how easy it is to program a Bravo. Any questions on this?
Ну да, на компьютере как две слова. Мы можем, допустим, сделать 4 кнопки, назначить действие. На первую кнопку мы дополнительно назначили переключение, то есть мы нажимаем раз, выбираем VGA, нажимаем 2, выбираем HDMI. Также можем привязать к некому таймеру, который есть в Neets света. То есть, допустим, movement сенсор датчик движения определил движение в комнате. Через 10 минут мы программируем так, что будет нажата такая-то клавиша. То есть последовательность такая. Человек входит в помещение, датчик движения определяет то, что произошло какое-то действие, запускает последовательность команд. То есть вообще без нажатия чего бы то ни было. Также на время можно завязать это автоматическое отключение. Допустим, когда в комнате вообще никто не двигается, в течение получаса все отрубается. И блокировка Гадмана, как третий вариант. То есть в идеале все можно сделать так. Заходит человек, все отключилось, люди пообщались, провели какую-то конференцию, человек вышел, все отрубилось. То есть автоматизацию можно сделать абсолютно полной. То есть все под потребности клиентов нужно рисовать. Michael, let's continue.
Yes. Okay. So that's how easy it is to do a problem, and of course the reason why it is this easy is that we have taken away all the functions that you don't need. Let's say we will try and do we can do a Sierra instead. So we select the Sierra. No. And then it looks a little bit different. But it's the same functionality. It's based on drag and drop. And here you have the different ports on the Sierra. And the reason why it looks like this is that you have 5 LAN ports that you can use as well. Plus you have a plug-in port, 3 IOs, and an expansion bus. And it's exactly the same that happens. You go over here in the bank, you choose your, you take our EP again. There you go. We'll take this again. Select the device. And drag it. So where do we want the device to be positioned? You can see these. Can you see that these two are green? So this is where we can edit. So I'll drag it over here. This is our toner projector. Then we would like to have a DVD player as well. We'll go into DVD. We'll take just a Bose, whatever. Doesn't matter. And we'll put the DVD player on in here. We would also like to, besides a DVD and a projector, let's say we have a video conferencing in the room as well. We will try and find the codec. So if you see here, it will say codec here. Cisco, life size, and Polygon. We'll take a Polygon, and here's the codec. We'll put that down here on plugins. And like this, you can continue to add devices. You can use the Neets products. We can take one of our amplifiers, for instance, amplifier 3. We'll put that on the network. And so notice the amplifier that I just made. I put it on the network, and what happened was that down here on the amplifier, as you can see, I just got 3 extra RS-230 ports. And that's really clever. Now, of course, because it's on the network, over here you would write the different, the address from the network. And there you go. Whatever the address is. And then you're connected directly to the amplifier. Up here you do the same with the with the Polygon codec. Put in the IP address and the link is directly there. So now we have a share in the room. We have a video codec. We have a projector. We have a DVD player. We would also like to add a screen. Sorry. I'll show this. We'll add a screen down here. Whatever screen. Put that up there. So, now we have hooked up the Sierra with all the different devices that we have in the room. we put in the IP addresses so we know that they are talking the same language. Now it's time to design the user interface. And you can see down here it says Interface Designer. So this is where you start out with either a template or you start out with a blank screen, and now we want to design how to use it from the iPad. So we'll start by up here select the right resolution for the screen. We'll take an iPad landscape, for instance. There you go. And now you can start designing. And that can happen through, like I said, templates or whatever kind of styles you have. Or you can have a graphical guy designing it exactly the way you want it to. In Elements, you will design and put on the buttons that you would like to see. There are many different buttons, so we can quite simply try and just add them here. You can add company logos if you wanted to, or you can add, let's see here, if I have anything else, you can add this guy. I'll just take this. This is a company logo from Denmark. If you wanted to, I'll just take it out. There are different kind of faders for lighting, for sound. And as you can see over here, you have the possibility to change it, the shape and form. We had a DVD, so we would like to have a DVD control as well. So here's the controls for the DVD. And up here you have the plugin. So we have the Polycom plugin. Now, in normal systems, when you want to add video conferencing phone book to a user interface, it will take a lot of programming. What we did was make it really easy. So I'll just push the Polycom up here, and as you can see, it just inserted the phone book with the history, all the logging, everything from the codec. I'll just put in the button again. So, and then you just continue designing all the way you want. When you've done designing your pages, you go to Assign Buttons. Now, in Assign Buttons, you can start out with the iPad template. And here you have the devices. You have the projector, you have the amplifier, you have the codec, you have all the different functions here. So if we take the DVD here, for instance, here you go. And again, you simply drag and drop the stop to the stop button. Play. If we want to have a power on this, you can do that. You can see you can add as many things as you would like to, and just drag the functionality to the button. The plugin is already done. You don't have to do anything with the video conferencing. But of course, the functionality is still here. So yeah, you can see here you have all the presets, all the functions from the codec. So you can make whatever functions you would like. I'll just show you an example in a minute. Because it's the sharer, you have both the graphical user interface, but you also have the physical interface. And this works exactly the same way like we did before. Just drag and drop all the functions. again, put in the functionality you want, and it can be from either. Now we took the projector. We also want to have the screen here. We want to have from the screen. We would like to have up, down, and so on, and so on, and so on. When you're done, you are actually done. You can of course go in and write code if you want to do that with special functions in script. Or you can go in and program, so when should the system turn off? Where would you want to get reply from? There's an alarm on the network as well. There's a keyboard lock possibility, movement sensor, room overview, and of course the LED settings. You can choose any color. You can choose how much it should blink and how often. Everything is open. Permission. You design the label. I was in China a few weeks ago, and it actually works with Chinese, so this will work with Russian as well. So Russian language, if you need to do that. Documentation. You can print out, and the technician can then get the whole system. How to install it, where to do what, and how to push what. You can see like this, it's all the documentation for the system. When you're done, press upload, and you upload the program to the control system, and you're done. And of course there's some help with how to actually get it to work with, and the menu is as well. But this is basically how this is the most complex programming you can do. Of course you can add scripting and tweak everything, but this is, it doesn't take very long time. I'll just show you, because I'm not very good at designing, but here's another example. It's a system that we have.
Michael, sorry, maybe you give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Коллеги, давайте я вам покажу на примере, потому что Маркус интересно рассказывает, но некоторые наши сейчас присутствующие уже чувствуют некую усталость. Давайте, здесь сейчас поставлю ноут, мы быстро сюда не пройдем.
The keyboard for dialing, and of course screen up and down, volume up and down. For our video conference, this is an example. So we've taken the plugin here, and we've actually changed it so it fits into the design that we're using. Over here there are camera presets. So here you have the near camera, so that's my camera. And you can have presets when you just push here, here, or here, and the camera will follow. And the same here, you can control the far camera. Tilting, out zoom, and so on. And down here the presets. This is one way of integrating video conferencing into the room. Yeah, there's some aspect ratio down here. This is for the PC control. Now, once this was designed and the buttons were designed, again, it was simply a matter of taking all the functions and then dragging them onto the different buttons. So like in here, it was drag all the presets from the codec onto the graphical interface. Down here you have how our wall looks. So we have a source select up here, a mute and a volume up and down. yeah, then you can of course, like I said before, just add the language you want to. You can add icons here as well. That's one way of doing it. I'll show you another one. This is another example of a project. Let's see if it's the same one. Yeah. So this is the one we have in the meeting room today, where the conference room will say, well, are you going to do a presentation with VGA or HDMI, or are you going to do a conference call? And then the conference call looks like this. So again, you have the codec plug-in here, and down here you have the different presets. Here's our LCD screen. This is where I'm sitting, and this is so you can pan them to the sides. And of course, when you're in presentation mode, you choose whether to present with VGA, HDMI, or whatever options you have. Now, we've chosen to do it like this because many presenters don't know which cable to put in which plug on the wall. So we try to do it really easy to understand. Same with HDMI. Put this cable where it says HDMI. And down here we have the manual screen control. So that's another example of a user interface that is designed completely from scratch. Let's see if this is the one. This is the same, I think. And this is another one, just with a simple other background. And again, you have one page with your DVD controls, one page with presentation, and one page with video conferencing. And again, the same as before, we have the presets here, we have presets over here, and we have presets up here on the end of the table. It's just to show you that the possibilities of making it fit your customer is really, really there, and it's easy. You know, it's to get video conferencing to work. It's up here again. I'm just going to select my codec, and it will put in everything. You don't have to do any programming whatsoever. It's already done. And you can add it. Of course, you can change the layout of the buttons and so on. You can change that completely. So there's a lot of possibilities for making it look really, really nice. And remember, the software is free of charge. The possibility of designing a user interface also free of charge. So the possibilities are numerous. It's just a matter of finding out how to get started. Now, I don't know if Dimitri mentioned it, but one of the things one of the questions we get very often is that, well, what if my device isn't in here? So what if my projector model isn't in here? So what do we do? And what we've done is made it possible to make your own device really quickly. I'll just show you here. So we had the project editor is the one that we're using all the time to do the project. But the device editor is really where you do your devices. So if we do a new device, let's say we have a new projector model that we'll just call an image projector type. You can add some descriptions and so on. So now you have the possibility to create all the sequences manually. Now either you do them manually or you use some of the codes that are already made on Remote Central, for instance. There are three ways of doing devices. One is with infrared, the other is with RS-232 or 485, and the last one is via LAN. And I'll just show you the easy way. And as you can see over here, we have an infrared learner. I don't know if you have it on the table, Dimitri.
Yeah, we have.
You simply plug that into the computer and choose intelligent recording. Then we want to learn the on command. And you can see out here, you simply press here. And then you press on the remote and learn the function. All the codes will be written in here automatically. And the same you can do with all the different functions. I'll just show you one that's already existing. Yeah, so this is how it will look once you have learned the codes. It will write all this automatically. The on function, the off function, any kind of function you would like the device to contain, you can learn from the remote. Of course, you have the possibility also to write it and to use it via RS-232. Sten will go a little bit more into this when he gets here. Of how to actually write the code. But for those of you that are good in programming, you will see that it's ASIC, it's hex or decimal that you choose to code it. Now once you have made your device, simply say save, and in Project Editor, it will then be on the list. I think it was 3. So yeah. Once you've saved it, it will be on this list, and you can then put it into the start working with it in the project. So it's really simple. If the device is not there, then it's really simple to do it yourself. Any questions on devices for now?
No.
Okay. I'll just briefly touch upon we've been into the project editor, we've been into the device editor. The last thing I want to show is the central control. Now, central control is the software that also free of charge, where you control or monitor control systems from a central position. And you can do that with the Oscar, with the Sierra, and now also with the Zulu and Alpha with keyboards. So basically, if you have a school of 50 classrooms, all the different classrooms will be here on this list. It will say which name. You can choose where's the location. You will get a status from the system. You will get lamp hours, filter hours, and the IP address of each room. And of course you can set it to send warnings and so on at the same time. You'll have all the different rooms and all the different control systems here. And then you can group them. Saying I want to have rooms 1 to 20 in one group, and rooms 21 50 in another, 51 to 100 in a third group. And then in each group you can go in and do the actual control. Right now I'm not on the network here, but typically you would see, let's see if I can get this. There you go. Yeah, so you would be able to give one command to all the control systems at one point. And you can go into each room and control the system via the network. So it's really clever. And for a school, this is, first of all, the software free of charge, but the Oscar, for instance, is also very affordable. So you actually get a fully networked systems really, really cheap when you work with Neets. There you go. So, any questions?
No.
Okay. How much do you want to go into the technical depth?
Как сейчас предлагается часть техническая именно по скрипингу? На ваше мнение, это сейчас вам пригодится или из-за того, что мы соответственно экономим? Ну, то есть на ваше усмотрение. То есть мы можем продолжить, либо завершить часть с матом и больше поговориться о том же про говорить об этом физически.
Да,
Сами
это
варианты.
полезно будет.
Michael, at this moment we don't need any technical details. Maybe we create some training in August with Steam, and when our partners will have any more hard question, we discuss it.
Okay. So do you want me to get Stein and then he will show you how to do a project as well?
I think we don't need Steam at this moment today.
Okay. Okay. Then, is there anything that you would like me to go through more than what I have done so far?
I think now we just see our equipment and test it, and
Okay.
we try to create one or two different projects.
Good. Then let's agree if you need me more, then write me an SMS or something and I'll hook up again.
Okay. Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys, for listening. It was, I hope you understood most of it, and I hope you can see that this really is a very different way of, and much easier way of doing control systems. So I hope you'll be happy once you walk out the door today.
Thank you, Michael.
Good luck. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.